Alright, here we are again. Now, last episode we left off just in front of the mushroom magistrates. And they're asking me to throw mushrooms. Let's read what this says. Throwing mushrooms. You will encounter both mushrooms and beasts in this game. Let's look at how to throw mushrooms. Mushroom throw mode. Choose the mushroom you wish to throw by flicking the touchpad to select one and clicking the left side of the touchpad button to switch to throw mode. In this mode you can throw mushrooms by pressing X. So the left side of the touchpad prepares a mushroom to be thrown, and you can walk around a bit with it while you're holding it in this mode. You can aim to where you're going to throw it. Pressing the right side of the touchpad, you'll eat the mushroom instead of throwing it.
Feeling pretty pumped now, huh? Good thing it wasn't poisonous.
So I'll go ahead and throw the mushroom. Alright. So we've got a couple of armor and weapon items already. I think I'll go ahead and take these last mushrooms with me. Did I leave off anything over here? Yep, there's another yoga shroom here. Gore-tastic attack. When you make an enemy groggy, that's when you can unleash a gore-tastic coup de grace. These moves are so wholesomely brutal that you might even want to cover your eyes. Making an enemy groggy. By unleashing a continuous barrage of attacks on the enemy, you can make them groggy. Of course, this can happen to your character as well, so take care. Using Gore-tastic. Activates when you approach an enemy in a groggy state, then press triangle plus R2 or L2. The Gore-tastic attack will differ based on the weapon used. If you defeat an enemy using a Gore-tastic attack, you will receive more rewards than usual. Don't hold back now. So basically it works the same way your rage move works. You hold triangle and then use the attack with the arm holding the weapon you would want to use the attack with.
Senpai, can't wait to see your next battle. You're gonna get killed. Let's
That is so brutal.
crazy with it. Be courteous, but fuck shit up.
Now, a big aspect to the combat in Let It Die is spacing. You can do well in combat by managing the distance to your enemies and knowing how far weapons reach can be. Okay, looks like my main weapon is broken. They haven't explained picking a target yet, but you lock onto enemies by pressing R3, which is holding down on the analog stick. then an arrow will appear above your selected target. So I selected the enemy using the lance. And this is very beneficial when using ranged weapons. So I've got the crossbow.
Perform a killing blow when your opponent is knocked out.
Okay, so now he's in Gore-tastic. I'll attack like I'm using... Oh, hold on. This buddy wants to finish him off instead. Okay, here we go again. So, hold triangle like you're going to do a rage move, and then choose which weapon you want to finish him off with. I was a bit slow on that one. Okay, I'll use the crossbow, so L2.
Wanna try again? Oh wait, let me put the title logo up real quick. You know how these things go. Woohoo!
Let it die.
Thank you for listening to this voice guidance system. Let us embark on a journey of discovery about the many wonders of the Tower of Barbs. The Tower of Barb is located on the tiny 3.7 square mile island of South Tokyo. Legend has it that this island was formed during the Earth Rage tectonic disturbance of 2026. The tower stands at 1,686 feet, the equivalent of a 30-story building with super-high ceilings. Many say that the tower is actually growing with each passing year. Legend has it that a great treasure lies at the top of the tower. As such, many brave people often attempt to climb the tower to obtain those riches. However, none have managed to survive the tower's horrific trials, and thus the tower stands as a grim reminder of the many lives lost in search of this mythical treasure. I hope that you too will enjoy your climb of the tower and experience the many wonders that it has to offer.
Finally waking up. You seem sleepy, so I turned it off. Huh? I'm talking about the Death Drive 128, of course, man. You were just playing it, remember? Hey, pretty cool, huh? Pretty badass? It's the best game console ever, and this game, let it die. It's probably the greatest game ever made. Yeah! The goal of the game is pretty simple. Just make it to the top of the Tower of Barbs. It's like a hack and slash roguelike kind of a thing. Hey, dude, you're a gamer, aren't you? Then you'll totally be fine. Just try it out. I'll set it up for you. Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
Alright. That Uncle Death. What a joker. So, now it seems we're back to square one, and we can create another character. Let's make a female this time. And we're back where we started on our first character. Now, I think this shows off kind of the main theme of the game, how everything is temporary. Your weapons will break, your armor breaks, you use up mushrooms that are found in the field, you'll use up weapons, and even your fighters will die, and you'll have to make a new fighter. Of course, there's ways of getting around that, and it isn't as harsh as it seems. Okay, seems like this route is open to us now. The waiting room. The hub of your adventure. This is the waiting room of the station Bottom of Barbs, the last stop of line 15, situated under the Tower of Barbs. This room contains many interesting features. Just what are you waiting for, you ask? Perhaps the question should be, what is waiting for you? Quit game. When you want to quit playing, please select back to title from the options menu when you're in the waiting room. If you quit the game outside the waiting room, it will be treated as a death, so please be careful. Yes, this last point is kind of important. You always have to go back to the waiting room before you select back to title to quit out, because they will count your character as being defeated if you close the game while you're climbing the tower. Rewards box. All quest rewards are placed in this box. In addition to login bonuses and presents from Captain Yotsuyama, make sure to collect your prizes from here after you earn them. The storage chest. Storage chest is capable of holding any of the materials the player carries in their death bag, including equipment, mushrooms, and beasts. So this is basically your main storage, your bank, to keep all of the items you've managed to pick up in the game that you wanna hold on to. Now, the bank starts off with only 30 storage spaces, and one of the biggest tips I'd give new players, the first thing you'll want to do when you get death medals, which is one of the main currencies in the game. Death medals, it's tempting to spend them to recover your character after you die, which is a whole thing. But what you really want to do with death medals is go to your main menu, go to Direct Hell Service, and go to Expand Storage, and use this option to spend 2 death medals at a time to increase your bank storage space by 10 spaces. That's the main thing that you'd want to use death medals on in the game. Let's have a look at the reward box. Okay, so there's 2 login bonuses available at the moment. One of them are death medals, and another is a spliffin. So That's 1,000 out of the 50,000 spliffium. That's another currency in the game. Death metals. So that's 4 death metals. Now you can do a variety of different things with death metals, but especially early on in the game I'd recommend highly to prioritize using death metals 2 at a time to expand your storage chests, because the game relies on collecting a lot of different materials to make your character stronger. So I'm going to go ahead and use expand storage. You can also convert death metals, so you can choose to acquire kill coins by spending death metals. I'd not recommend it. It's not as important as using your death metals to expand storage, especially early on. So I'm going to use the 4 death metals I've obtained as a login bonus to expand my bank storage to 50 spaces. There we go. You also receive mail from Kiwako Seto every time you expand your bank storage. Just to let you know. Chokufunsha. Commodore Suzuki is the manager of the store. You can give him the blueprints and materials that you find in the tower and ask him to develop equipment. After the equipment has been developed, it can be mass-produced and sold in the store. Finding things to be sold in the store, however, is the player's responsibility. If you have blueprints obtained from the tower in your dev bag, when you enter Chokufunsha, Commodore Suzuki will analyze them for you. Purchasing. You can purchase weapons and armor. Once you have purchased a piece of equipment, it will be temporarily out of stock. Selling. You can sell items in your possession. Research and development. If you gather materials, especially by blueprints, you will be able to request research and development on such occasions. You will also require spliffium obtained from defeating a specific enemy. The research development will take some time. When the research is finished, the items will appear in the shop and can be bought as many times as you need them. Strengthening. Once research has been conducted on a piece of equipment, you will be able to strengthen it. Materials are required each time you strengthen equipment. Now, this is quite a big deal. The main difficulty starting off in the game is that all of the equipment you find in the field will have a very low durability once you pick it up. A lot of armor and weapons will be almost broken as you find them. Now, with the store-bought items, this is different. You'll purchase items, weapons and armor with a full durability bar, so they'll last for a much longer time.
Welcome. Our express service is all you need to climb the tower. Bring me the materials and blueprints, and I'll make anything. However, I'll be needing some of your things in return. I use that energy to make the goods. Get it?
Alright. Looks like there are already items available in the store. And research and development has also, the moment you've unlocked a weapon or armor through blueprints, they will be available to purchase and available to do research and development on. this is new. When the game first came out, there were no items to be purchased that I know of, especially not the buzzsaw knuckles. I remember trying to get the blueprints for those for ages, and it was one of the last weapons of the early game that I managed to discover.
Come back anytime.
So I'm gonna stop it right here, guys. I'll be continuing exploring the waiting room in the next episode. See you there.